afternoon. You don't have to follow, but I will make a request. See if you can stay away from your mobile phone for 1 hour. You might still use it, that's a different thing, but I will make a request. There's nothing wrong in making a request. See if you can keep your entire attention with me and not share it with your mobile phone just for 1 hour. It's 12:23 right now, and 1:30 I'll walk away from this place. So just give me this 65 minutes to see if we can together raise our human consciousness. First and foremost of all, there are two things I wanted to share before I go into my talk. Jainism, Jain Dharma, and the community of Jains is something I have humongous respect for. Why will you sell baji to a bajiwala? Why will you praise Jains in a congregation of Jains? The reason I do it is biologically, by birth, I'm not a Jain. But the way I live my life, I'm very sure if Lord Mahavira was around, he would tell me he is probably the closest to being a Jain. That is how I live my life. So this is like, even though you love your child so much, in a parents-teachers association meeting, when the teacher praises the child, as parents you feel very nice. So this is a non-Jain by birth telling Jains, you guys are amazing. So it's like a parents-teachers association feedback. I was asked about 20 days ago what topic you want to speak on. I told them that speakers like me are trained to speak on any subject. So we can speak, but what subject you want? So they immediately send me one message. I'm going to read that message to you. They said many motivational speakers these days say you have to keep working, you have to keep earning. Whereas spiritual gurus tell something completely different. We are totally confused. Please give us detailed understanding of how to get the both from life. 2, explain what is happy life. 3, what is the role of friends in life and how to balance with family. 4, how to take care of family as more and more people are preferring to live separate. How to reunite a family. These are 5 things that they have asked. I don't know which of these 5 I should speak about, so I gave title for the program, this and that, essentially meaning I'll speak about this also, that also. So that is why the topic is this and that. But if we have to grow, we need to listen to truth. And it's not possible to listen to truth without human ego getting affected a little in the process. सच सुनने के लिए बहुत हिम्मत चाहिए, बहुत हिम्मत चाहिए. So it is not possible to speak or hear. Everybody says, सच क्या है बोल, सच क्या है बोल. And in the movie Pardes, Shah Rukh Khan will tell Amrish Puri, do you have the courage to listen to the truth? Because the challenge is, it's not possible to speak about the truth without causing a little hurt to human ego. Now, if I was from any other religion or addressing people from any other following, A teacher should not mind hurting human ego, because that is how you create. But in a place where Jain Dharma is being practiced, I don't have the allowance to hurt your ego, because the Dharma says that even unintentionally I should not cause hurt in you, which is ahimsa. Now, how do I teach where I should not hurt your ego, but I have to speak about the truth? Not possible. So there is only one thing I can do. Instead of at the end of the program asking you, I will do in the beginning of the program itself, I will hurt a few of you in the next 1 hour in terms of ego. So in advance I am asking you, Michami Dugadu. Now itself forgive me, and then get ready to listen to the whole thing. I will start from the least complicated and go to the most complicated in the reverse order as far as the speech is concerned. In order to make justice to the entire speech, I have to reveal certain things I believe in, I personally believe in, so that it resonates with all of you. The first and foremost thing is this: if love is lost, we can once say, it's not difficult to correct this. But somewhere, if a son has lost his respect for his dad, or the mother has lost respect for the son because of whatever, and has no regard and indifference, there is no future in that relationship, even amongst friends. Let us say 2 of you, because organizing an event like this, especially in the JITO format, is not easy. Let me tell you, because I do events all the time, so I know how difficult it is to organize an event like this. It's not this arrangement, this fabric, lighting and other things. There are a lot of other complications, JITO is an organization of very strict protocol. Who should sit in the front row is a big nuisance for whoever has to organize the whole thing. The problem starts from there. Okay. Miss ho gaya tha problem. Okay. And if you tell somebody from here who is already sitting, you go to second row because space is not there. In fact, in some of the sofa that is designed for 3 people, 5 are sitting here, because they have to be accommodated. Otherwise, future problem will come. It's an organization of very strict protocol. Who can take photograph with whom is pre-decided. Who has to sit in the last row is pre-decided. Who can be contacted for donation, there is separate category. Kaam ke liye, there is a different category. There are a lot of people who will work, who will not give money. Day and night. In fact, there must have been at least 40 people who would have gone from this hall only at 4 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, the hall wouldn't have been ready. We won't know them. Donation आदमी का नाम आ जाएगा, जो काम करता है उसका नाम नहीं आता है बाहर. So he will have some craving. Somewhere I know how complicated it is. And all this we will have to do it with ahimsa in mind, love in mind. We should not hurt anybody, everybody. Very, very difficult to do it. Okay. At the out end, a speaker like me will just come and speak for. I'm not praising myself, but I'm a simple man. I have no expectations. I have absolutely no expectations. In fact, when they go back to the room and I'll find ₹5 ka extra bill won't come, because I won't use any facility that is given to me. So I will come and go. But all the speakers may not be like this. They might be strict to protocol. Somebody will want this diet, that diet. You have to take care of everything to get one event right. In that, some of them will get hurt. Because they got hurt in one event 3 years ago, for last 3 years, they wouldn't be coming to this function. This year they will come back again. And you will have to 3 years in between you have told Michami Dugudam, no, so you have to smile and receive them. Okay. You cannot show nafrat towards them saying that 3 years ago, gussa okay kaya, abhi kyun wapas? You can't ask. Aiye Jinendra, Jai Jinendra, you will have to tell all this and receive them. Okay. It's very complicated. And why it is complicated is all these guys who are organizing this event, in their business they have 5,000 people whom if they do this they will listen. But in this event, like the Prime Minister says, you have to be principal servant. A position and all president, committee member, that means you have to bow down more. Then only you can do an event. Suppose in that entire thing, there is somebody who still loves you, has a lot of respect for you, has not been relating with you, we can revive that relationship in one message, in one sorry, in one thank you, in one love you, in one, it's my mistake only, maaf kijiye, we'll get back the relationship. But in case there is a relationship between friends, between partners, between husband and wife relationship that's gone wrong, between children, between brothers and sisters, between parents and children, any relationship, if respect is lost, there is no future in that relationship. The reason you need to understand this is, I'm answering the 5th question that is asked. If you have to reunite a family, if family is separated for whatever reason, but we are still missing each other, we are still craving for each other. If the situation is like what Rama and Bharat were going through, separated but mutual respect was there, like Ramayana, they'll come back as a family later. But if it was like Mahabharat, Pandavas and Kauravas, where Kauravas have no respect for Pandavas anymore, even if a Krishna comes, you can't reunite that family. It's not possible. It's not possible. So the reason I'm sharing this is, instead of wasting your entire energy and future, anytime you want to reunite a relationship, you want to regain a relationship, ask yourself a very simple question. Is the respect still there? Hey, you can get back that relationship. If the respect is not there, whatever you do, you cannot get back that relationship. It's not possible. Chatru and Shinna and Yashwant Sinha cannot be brought back to BJP because they have no respect for the Prime Minister. You can't get back. Whatever you do, you cannot get back. But there are people who feel hurt that they were not given minister's post, but you can once again make them an advisor and do whatever you can bring them. This is what. I'm not talking politics, I'm giving you examples here so that it's easier for you to understand in the entire process. That was the 5th question. The 4th question was, more and more families are becoming satellite families, nuclear families. How do we feel together as a family? You forget about physically living separately. A very important change has come to the world. Very important transformation for all of you. All of you. Just give me these 3 minutes with undivided attention. I'm very sure there is not a single person here who will not feel a transformation. The world has become very individualistic. What do I mean by individualistic is, let's take now. See, earlier one Jain monk tells us, this is what Jain Dharma is. An entire generation will blindly surrender to whatever that saint is explaining and follow it. This was the world we lived in. This is the world where Jainism was founded. Today Jainism is not that. Today, let us say we call one of the Jain to come and explain one of the Jain Dharma to us. 2000 of you have 2000 interpretation to what he explained. Each one of you have your version of what is vegetarian. Let's take a simple thing called vegetarianism. There are 10,000 definitions right now to what is vegetarianism. Within that there are, because the world has become individualistic. Whether Gungat is right or wrong, there are 100 interpretations to that. Whether live and let live pertains only to vegetarianism or it is something more than that, there are interpreted. What is honesty? If I had asked during the time of the 24 Tirthankaras, what is Satyam, what is truthfulness, there was only one definition. Today if I ask all of you, what is Satyam, what is truth, 2000 definitions will be there. Each one of you have an interpretation of white lies. नहीं, बुरा नहीं माना है, इसलिए I didn't want them to feel hurt, so I did not tell them. Withholding truth is not considered lie anymore. You didn't ask, so I didn't tell. Hiding from somebody. How do you explain truth to a Jain chartered accountant who has to do tax planning? You tell me. Simple sentence. How do you explain what is truth to a chartered accountant who has to do tax planning? You can't do that. Because accounts by itself is about perspective. If I put into this books of accounts, it has a different meaning. If I have to put into this books of accounts, in fact, the famous saying is this: 2 plus 2 is how much? 4, wrong answer is 3, wrong answer is 5. If you go and ask a chartered accountant, 2 plus 2 is how much? Chartered accountant will ask you in return, how much you want? I will work it out and give it to you. No, he will follow still. Can we not, at least in the first row, use the phone, please? Please. I'm not using the phone. मेरे पास भी phone है, मैं भी busy है. मेरे को भी बहुत contacts है. I'm not using the phone. I'm only keeping the phone so that I don't delay your agenda. Because I know that's one of the greatest challenges in executing a program like this. When one speaker overshoots, all agenda gets affected because of this, only to ensure I am not even unknowingly hurting the agenda of this entire program, that 1:30 has to be 1:30. I'm having the phone here. Otherwise, I'll give the phone to you and stand here. Please. Forget about me. There must be a lot more speakers. I think we need to respect them, their time. I'm not speaking here. 12:30 to 1:30 on September 30th, 2023 in my life will not come again. So I've given 1 hour of my life to you, and we need to respect that. I could have been in meditation for this 1 hour. I could have been with my family for this 1 hour. I could have taken rest for 1 hour. I could have written a book in this 1 hour. And I have chosen to give this 1 hour of my life from 12:30 to 1:30 on September 30th, 2023, which I will never get back again to all of you. And that has to be respected for every speaker who comes. I have absolutely no issues. We all have our priorities. Any of the future speakers come, pressing priorities are there, go outside. Go outside, do whatever you will have to do. Either be inside completely or be outside completely. This half attention. Imagine Virat Kohli with bat in one hand and mobile in the other hand. Please. So we have become individualistic in our nature. In fact, there was a time joint family meant multiple brothers and their wife and their children staying together. Right now, I think joint family means husband and wife staying together. That's called joint family. Because itna chota karke, we have brought it to a stage. Because the truth is this. Husband is working one place, wife is working somewhere else, children are studying in some other hostel. So in future, if husband and wife are together, we'll call that as joint family. So there is individualism that has come. How do we solve this? Because the truth is this: without investing time, quality time, I want to use the word quality time, Without investing quality time and communication, deep relationships cannot be created. Cannot be created. Whether you want to create a deep relationship with your children, with your spouse, with your parents, without investing quality time. Why did I change time to quality time? Because 4 of us sitting together and watching TV is also time together only, not quality time. 4 of us sitting together and all of us in our own mobile phone is also time together only. That's not quality time. Quality time is only if we look into each other's eyes and communicate. Otherwise, it's not quality time. And without investment of quality time and communication, I'm telling you bluntly, we don't know our children. We don't even know what matters. We don't know what hurt our mother is going through right now. We know what is happening to Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Kapoor's marriage. But we don't know what is happening in our own marriage. You know what is the color of the eyes of Aishwarya Rai. If I ask all the men sitting here, what is the color of the eyes of your wife? They have to put their head down in shame because they have not seen the eyes only in a long time. Without investment of quality time and communication, you cannot create deep relationships. In fact, how the world has changed and what is the solution to this? If I have to put it simply, it will be like this. All the labels have died. Father, mother, father-in-law, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, husband, wife, son, daughter, bahu, babi. All these labels are over now. Only one label counts these days. Are you a friend or not? If you as a father is the best friend of your son, there is a great relationship between the two of you. If you are not a friend, you are not a friend. If today you want to create a great family, it has to be a family of friendship. Family of friendship where I'm not afraid to talk to you honestly. You know what has happened? We find it easier to be honest with a friend than with a brother. We feel the brother will hold the honesty against me later. My friend will not. Children are hesitant to come and tell their own parents. Why is a child even thinking I should hide this from my parents? Why do you think a child thinks? What is this club culture that we talk in terms of? A place where we can go and drink. What is a club culture? A place where we can go and drink. Friends will come to meet friends and what? Lime juice. We drink lime juice. But what is the need for this? The need for this is that there is a search in the next generation for relationship where their honesty will not be held against them. Their emotions will not be belittled. How many of us even have conversations right now with children during adolescent years on sensitive subjects? If we are not ready to have conversation with our children on sensitive subjects, they will have to find friends in the world outside to discuss sensitive subjects. So they will gravitate more towards the outside world rather than towards the family. The craving in everybody, not just children, in a husband, in a wife, the craving today in family is that I'm talking about an emotion of mine. I'm feeling a little upset. I'm feeling a little hurt. I'm angry right now. I'm worried. I'm a little tensed. I want somebody to speak to. One of the partners is talking about pulling out from the business. And I'm a little nervous about it. I have to talk. I can't talk to my employees about it. I'm coming home to talk about it. I'm somewhere looking for somebody in the family to listen to my emotions and simply tell me these two magical words. I understand. In fact, if there is a craving in every human heart, in spite of kitna bada ho gaya life mein, कितना अचीव कर दिया, all awards we have won, we are all बड़े बड़े आदमी, looked up to people in the society. But I'm telling you, there's a craving in every heart, in every human being, to hear these two words. I understand. Shah Rukh Khan is saying, sometimes I fear, is my best over? Now this last movie that has come has been a super hit, so he's feeling good. See, about 8 movies of Shah Rukh Khan has continuously failed. And he has to come and speak to somebody about, maybe my best is over and I have this fear. Shah Rukh Khan is saying, I am nobody to whom I can go and say, I have fear. Because Shah Rukh Khan cannot fear. He is a hero, superhero. Anybody in this country paused to even ask, the Prime Minister of the country had lost his mother. I'm not talking politics, I'm not talking Congress, I'm not talking BJP, I'm not interested in all these things. I don't take sides. But I'm asking myself this question. Somebody who has worked for 9 years without a single day break, lost his mother in between. I'm wondering how lonely it must be to be Narendra Modi, because you have nobody to go and tell that only one relationship was left in my life that I have lost. I'm not talking about the brother and all whom he is not relating to. Nobody to talk to about it. One of the greatest Indians to have walked this planet, APJ Abdul Kalam, and we turned whether he should be a president for one more term or not into politics. I don't know what he would have gone through in those moments. Children go through this. They feel that their classmates are better looking than them. It's affecting them. They have to come and speak to somebody. They come and tell Papa, Mummy, I feel I am not good looking. This is the reply they get. No, you're good looking only. And they go. The child is not talking about it. The child is saying, can somebody sit with me for 5-10 minutes and listen to me about what I'm going through? In fact, I'm telling you about the second part of what Mahavira told you. Let live is about also human beings. It's not just about animals. Let live is not just exclusive of human beings. It also includes human beings. You know how many of your mothers even today, every day, eat their dinner alone? Because after you all finish eating, you're busy with your phone, your laptop, your tablet, your television, everybody gets busy. And that old lady who woke up earlier than you and slept the last in her life is sitting alone and eating her last 2 rotis, and there's nobody to sit next to her. And that is the blatant truth. And we keep asking this question about how can we bring in families? We are becoming satellite. If each one of us sitting here can take a decision right now, I will be that friend to at least 11 people in my inner circle, just my inner circle. I know you all will make a difference to millions of people in millions of ways, but I'm saying, can we take the decision today? At least to 11 people in my inner circle. Dadi, Daddu. The truth is, none of us know how much time we are left with our parents. The truth is, none of us know how much time we are left with our daddus and dadis and bade papas. How big the photograph will be, whether it will have an ivory frame, how many foundations will start in daddu's name, papa's name. All that papa will not know. Papa will know only one thing, whether my son, in spite of becoming chairman and managing director for a 2,000 crore company, had time for me every day or not. This is the only thing he will know. He will not know anything else. The last 10 years or 15 years of his life are the servants that we can recruit. And this is one subject I can speak with experiential authority, because I lost my father only this January 11th at 84. And I'm speaking with a lot of authenticity on this, because even on January 10th, the previous night, I have pressed his legs. So I have a right to speak on this subject. I knew the world will always be there for me to go and make a difference. But I knew that my time with my parents are counted. If I don't do it for them now, I can never do it later. Doesn't matter how much of social service you do in Papa's name for the rest of your life, it's not equivalent to what you do for Papa, for Mama. I know we will send our children to Stanford and Harvard and now the new destination, UK and Australia, for them to study. But during their prime adolescent years, even one day if your daughter had to go and cry alone in the pillow because she feels if I share what I'm going through, my parents will not understand, we have failed as parents. We have failed as parents. If we can get them everything that money can buy, but there is something money cannot buy. A friendship with parents where they again and again knew my parents were there for me, my brother was there for me. Brother. In fact, brother and sister are meeting every year only on Raksha Bandhan Day. Rest of the year call भी नहीं जाता है. कैसा है? सब ठीक है? कुछ कर सकता है क्या? From morning everybody has been asking me, you slept well? Was the journey comfortable? Is the arrangement okay? Don't ask me. At least once a week call and ask your sister. सब ठीक है? अच्छा सो रहा है? मस्त चल रहा है? Can I do something? Ask your brother. Is everything okay? Everything going right? One call. And we live in a world where it takes 2 minutes to communicate. In fact, half typing only you have to do. Remaining typing, operating system does for you. And we don't communicate enough. So all I'm asking is, if each one of us can take this decision, at least 11 people, don't listen to these speeches, applaud and go. At least one thing from this 1 hour we have to implement. Otherwise, there's no use of these speeches. Absolutely. I'm just thinking, after Krishna delivered the entire 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, he finished it. Okay. Arjuna kept his bow and arrow down, gave one clap to Krishna, told very good speech. And then he got down from the chariot and he went and told everybody, Krishna, kaisa baat karta hai yaar? Very nice speech. Krishna would have hit himself. Ayo. Because the purpose of Bhagavad Gita was transformation of Arjuna, not adulation of Krishna. Admiring Krishna makes no sense if Arjuna did not live by the message of Krishna. Same is the case. Whoever speaks, whoever teaches, even if we attend only 2 sessions, then we have to go out with 2 transformations, then it makes sense. If that doesn't happen, then this entire event is nothing but a budget that has been spent. If it doesn't make a difference, it makes no difference. So if we can take the decision, not all of you, 11 of us take this decision, 11 people in my life, I will dedicate at least half an hour every day to communicate with them on a regular basis, to let them know, main hoon na, I'm there for you. Then this geographical separation in families will not make a difference to how we live together psychologically. So can we feel that oneness? So the second solution is, I think we have to create a time now. I think we all have become so individualistic. Once a month, once in 15 days, once a week, I don't know what works. Even if we live in different houses, even if we have different kitchens, I think we have to come together as a family to have at least one meal. We have to make this as the new Dharma. 2023 new Jain Dharma is this. Families have to come together to have at least one meal. That is the only way. We have to force it. In fact, if you don't do it, I'll tell you what will happen. The next generation will not even see each other. In fact, from a time where second cousin and third cousin looked like brothers, now even own brothers and sisters are not having enough communication with each other. So as elders, I think we need to institutionalize this. We have to make it compulsory that we have to come together. And I propose once a year we should go on a family holiday. I know you go on friends holiday. 10 JITO friends with 10 JITO friends, wives and children will go. No, no, I'm not talking about that holiday. I am talking about your brother's family, sister's family. But if all of us have to go together for at least one holiday per year, so that, in fact, it has to become an annual ritual. It has to be fixed. Like how we celebrate Mahavir Jayanti or Padyushan, like this family holiday should become a ritual now in the family, saying that we will come together once a year, 3 days, 5 days, we have to come together. And that is the only way we can create a bonding, otherwise there's no other way. The third question that has been asked to me is this: how do we balance between friends and family? You have to hear a very, very harsh truth. Tomorrow, if any one of you are sick and you are lying down in the hospital, in that attender's bench to take care of you, only a family member will be there. The friend won't be there. That is the truth. Friends will come for masti, happiness, excursion, holiday, party, discotheque, daru, World Cup final in Ahmedabad. Friends will come. But tomorrow, when you are shedding tears in front of you, understanding what you're going through, only a family member will be sitting. Your friend will send you 3 emojis in WhatsApp. One bouquet will come which you cannot use. 2 oranges will come to the hospital which you can't squeeze. 1 bottle of Horlicks will be sent to you through courier. Seedha bhi nahi aayega, through courier. The only place in your life where you cannot be substituted is family. Everywhere else you will be replaced. If from tomorrow you decide not to come to JITO, 2-3 times they will follow you. After that, your position will be replaced by somebody. If tomorrow you refuse to be a director in the company, your position will be replaced there. If 3 times you tell them you are not coming for a party, 4th time your friends will create another WhatsApp group without your name and they will have party. You won't be called anymore. The only place in your life where there is no replacement to you, there is no substitution to you, is called family. So it's always family over everything else. Always. Always. Tomorrow you expand your business because of all the opportunities you see and you shift to Africa. Not one friend of yours will come along with you. Your family only will come along with you. So it is always family over friends. I know the reason we want to run towards our friends. I know the reason we hesitate to invest the same amount of time with the family. Family is a responsibility. Friendship is pleasure. We can discuss global warming, Russia-Ukraine war. We don't have to discuss about getting our beti married between friends. All global issues can be discussed. Do you think what is happening between India and Canada is right? He and his brother has not been talking for 2 days. That he is not concentrating. India-Canada relationship. So friends are all like that. We can talk about whether Rohit Sharma should be the captain or Kohli should be the captain again. Which is right? All that we will discuss. So friendship is about pleasure. Family is about responsibility. And leadership is about responsibility. Being a human being is about responsibility. When one of the greatest soul to walk this planet, not because it's a JITO program I'm saying this, I say this all over the world. Till Mahavira came, everybody told us we need to love. There's nothing new about what Mahavira said. Everybody had told we should love. The greatness of Mahavira is, for the first time somebody came and said, loving fellow human beings alone is not enough. You have to love everything that is life. Till Mahavira came, nobody has told that. For the first ever time, walked a soul in this planet which made love inclusive, saying that the strong has to care for the weak. Those who don't have a voice, those who cannot defend for themselves, as a human being, you have the responsibility not only to have the courage to live, but you should also have the consideration to let all forms of life live. Essentially, he told you, as a human being, take the responsibility for all forms of life. So, according to Mahavira, you are a Jain only to the extent you put your hand up and say, I am taking responsibilities. People who want to run away from responsibilities in my head are not Jains. Even if you are a vegetarian, even if you send WhatsApp forward on Michami Dugudam, even if you put it in Facebook, Michami Dugudam, you are still not, for me, a Jain. For me, a Jain is one who literally puts his hand up and says, every responsibility you can think of in life, whether it's family, whether it is society, whether it's environment, whether it's animals, whether it's plants, whatever it is, organizing an event like this, when a man is synonymous to responsibility, I'll put it this way, even if you are a Jain by birth, but you run away from responsibilities, you are not a Jain. Even if you are not a Jain by birth, but you are ready to take responsibility, you are a living Jain, in my opinion. You cannot run away from responsibilities. While there is a role for friends, there is a role for pleasure and celebration in life, we cannot escape responsibility. So we have to integrate, we have to find the balance. There's a time and season for everything under the sun. There is a way by which we need to integrate this entire thing. In fact, I suggest to people, all 7 evenings have to be different. The best way to live a holistic life is, don't ensure that every evening of your life is a repetition of the previous evening. Sunday evening, for me it is exclusive with my family. Monday evening, I want to invest on parenting. I want to go alone with my son or my daughter for a long drive, talk to them, listen to them, what they are going through. It's not about the entire family, it's exclusive on parenting. Tuesday evening, I'll play the role of a husband, a wife. It's between the two of us. Let that not be one forsaken relationship in life. I want to dedicate myself. My Wednesdays is with friends. We have this arrangement, we will always meet, we will watch movies, we will party, we will just have dinner somewhere, or we will go for a off-roading drive, whatever it is. But Wednesday is with my friends. Thursday is selfless service to society. Whatever happens, Thursday I want to do something where I have no ulterior motive in my mind. Whether it is going and teaching children in home for abandoned children. Maybe I'll go to Blue Cross and serve the animals. That day I will personally, along with 3 gardeners, go and plant 11 more saplings and see what arrangement I can create. Planting has become the buzzword right now. Everybody keeps talking about plantation, plantation. Plantation will not solve the problem. Growing will the problem. Instead of planting 11 saplings and allowing all the 11 to die because they are not being cared for, if any one of us sitting here will only plant 3 in a year and help it to grow for 3 years, you contribute in your lifetime a lot more. For me, planting 10,000 saplings on a birthday is a social media show. Somebody is sitting here saying that, Mahatria, every year I have taken the responsibility, I'll plant 3 more, and I have made an arrangement that they will be taken care, a gardener will come, a mali will come and take care, it will be watered every day. Because if a plant can be grown for 3 years, it will take care of itself for the remaining 70 years. But first 3 years we have to take care. So how many trees are we growing rather than how many trees? Anything. But Thursday I want to dedicate myself to selflessness, service towards the society. What sort of seva I want to do, I want to do. Friday is my spiritual day. Whatever. I'm just giving examples. It can be anything. I'm going to go into all forms of fasting. Not wait once a year. Friday after 3 o'clock, I'm off from technology, off from talking. I will go into fasting. Whatever form of spirituality I understand, I want to dedicate myself to feel closer to God, and that's all I want to do. And Saturday evening, I want to have a discussion with my organization only to talk about the future of the business. Because we are all lost in our day-to-day thing, or I will go and meet industry people, or I will expand my network. Today I know in India, if you are a success beyond a stage, you need some connections with bureaucrats, police, judiciary, some politicians you should know. Beyond a stage, being a successful person in India and not having this networking is not sustainable. You have to have this network. So Saturday I'll dedicate myself to build this network, whatever it is. But if we can plan our life in such a way that every evening is not a repetition of the previous evening, but I will live my 7 evenings differently, all forms of balance in life can be achieved. And you will not have to ask this question, life is about this or that. My answer to anybody who asks me this or that is, when and is possible, why choose or? This and that and that and that and that is possible. Why choose this or that? Makes no sense. Explain a happy life. A question has come. A mother and a child went to a chocolate shop. I was about to say bakery, but then I realized bakery will have egg and chains will feel bad. We'll change it. Even chocolate will have. So they went to a grocery shop. Okay. So a mother and child went to a grocery shop. When they went there, there was a lot of like this, ribbons tied, balloons were there. So the child was curious. The child asked the shopkeeper, "Kya occasion hai?" And he said, "No, it is our shop's anniversary celebration." So, and immediately he extended a tray full of sweets and told the child, "Beta, whatever you want you can take." The child said, "Nahi chahiye." The child said, "Nahi chahiye." The mother was very, very proud about it. A little later, the shopkeeper on his own, he took a brown cover bag, picked as many sweets as possible, put all that inside that cover, and he gave the cover to the child, and the child happily received the cover. The moment they came out, the mother gently whacked at the head of the child and told the child, "Stupid fellow, I was so proud when you said you will not take it. Why did you take it when he gave it?" The child looked at the mother and said, "Mama, even before entering the shop, when I saw those tray full of sweets, I had already decided if the shopkeeper asked me to take whatever I want with my own hands, I will say no, because with my little hands only little will come. Only when the shopkeeper gives it with his bada hand, I will take, because only then enough will come," the child said. And whatever the child said is the story of all our life. Much more than all of us with our little hands could have asked God, "Give me this, give me this." I think what God has given us is much, 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 much more than that. Gratitude is the way to happiness. How grateful you are in life, so much happy you will be in life. In fact, even if you don't remember anything I have spoken till now, remember only 2 sentences I'm going to speak right now. A complaining mind is never happy in life. A grateful heart is always happy in life. Only 2 sentences you have to remember. Even with a lot, if you have a complaining mind, you don't know what is happiness and peace in life. Even with little, probably the boy who is working from Bihar in your house for 8,000 rupees salary but is grateful that he is living in such a house is maybe more happier than the Malik. In spite of the fact that you have a Mercedes Maybach on the way to Hyderabad, Shamshadbad airport, in your mind you are thinking about, oh payment kab aayega, oh payment kab aayega. You are not happy. And the driver, without having to buy Mercedes Benz Maybach, while going to the airport to drop you right through, he was playing Naukar Mantra. The moment he dropped you and he took a U-turn, he changed the song to Battameez Dil, Battameez Dil. Full volume, 14 speakers, he is coming back happy. He is grateful, he gets to be your driver, he is happy. You are complaining about what is still not going right for you in life, you can't be happy. Even in this event, till the event is over, in every session, in every meal, in every break, if you can find one reason for you to be grateful for, this event will be one of the greatest celebration in your life. If in every event you find one reason to complain, somehow वो कतली थोड़ा पतला हो गया, ओ वॉकवे थोड़ा गर्मी ज़्यादा है. How one दाढ़ी वाला can come, मेरे को भी motivational speaker बोला, इतना दाढ़ी रखे, show me in the entire world one motivational speaker who has so much दाढ़ी. At least दाढ़ी के लिए some, you can do, or I can create my own video. I will only play the video, I will only watch the video, I will only enjoy the video. Poor one of them came and introduced me. He has never seen me before. I wrote and gave one introduction that he read for all of you and went. He has never seen me before. He introduced me as if we have been friends for a lifetime. In fact, if I have hidden in the crowd, he wouldn't have known who is Mahatria. He won't know who was introducing. ये सब नाटक है, प्रोग्राम के लिए कुछ नाटक करना पड़ता है. One, I have to do like that and all. Okay, one photo will be taken, one video, some music has to be put there. Then we will write one introduction which they will read. Nobody is listening to that, but you read the whole thing. He would have got training before this, because Mahatria and infinityism, not everybody can say. It's a very complicated name. So people have a problem. This place, organization, they don't know who it is. You can complain for everything you want, or you can be grateful for everything you want. In the entirety of this universe, if God wanted, He could have created you as anything. You could have been a mosquito, you could have been a donkey, you could have been a pig, you could have been Taj Mahal, you could have been Jupiter planet. Just imagine, God had created you as a Jupiter planet. Rest of your life you have to keep doing this. And no weight loss. See, as a human being, at least you do this. Some calorie burn will be there. Poor Jupiter, full life it's doing this. Of no use. Jupiter doesn't even know it's called Jupiter. Uska awareness nahi hai. The greatest that could have happened to all of us is God created as a human being. Aur kya chahiye? What else you require in life to be happy in life? I am speaking to you in English. English is not your mother tongue. Which means any one of you is listening to me and understanding me know at least 2 languages, minimum. Your mother tongue plus English, or Hindi plus English, minimum you know 2 languages. Joe Biden knows only 1 language. We are more educated than the most powerful man in the world. और क्या चाहिए life में? Somebody had already thought on your behalf 2,500 years ago and told you My child, if you can just live by these principles, you can attain God. Your only implementation is your responsibility. सोचने का हमारा काम नहीं है, करने का हमारा काम है. We don't have to even think. By simply living by even 10% of Jain Dharma, your human life from here will go here in one lifetime. और क्या चाहिए? Fortunately, we are all born into a culture. See, biological birth, we can be born anywhere. Fortunately, we are all born into a culture in which all of you have grown. I don't even have cakes or anything that I think that will have an egg, so I don't even have this. I feel so privileged to be living as a human being where you know that you have not hurt another form of life for any reason in your lifetime. And it's a gift that has been given to us. Aur kya chahiye? Of all the creations of God, man alone can love and be loved. I know any one of you have pets, you will say, my dog also loves me. I have always lived with animals, have always been part of my life, always been part of my life. But love with responsibility, only a human being can, nobody else can. God became a human being, and human being has the potential through salvation to become God again. No other creation has been given this privilege. Aur kya chahiye? The child was right. In fact, if each one of us have to express our gratitude every day for what all is going right for us in life, the rest of our life will not be enough to only express gratitude. This day in your life, today, forget everything else, September 30th, 2023, this day in your life is God's gift in your life. There is no other way you could have had this day. Because a today in your life cannot be bought. With all the money in the world, you cannot buy a day of life. With all the powers in the world, you cannot get a day of life. It's not available in the market. Today in your life is either given by God to you or not. Just being grateful for another day of life. I'll do a simple demo, okay? So this is an handkerchief right now. Somebody here came and gave me this as a gift. I take this handkerchief from them and say, Kya? You're giving me a handkerchief as a gift? What nonsense. And I throw it. By abusing the gift, I've actually abused the giver of the gift. Right or wrong? Let's do another scenario. Somebody comes and gives this kerchief to me, and I take this and say, thank you so much. You can be sure for the rest of my life I will preserve it. And I keep it inside my pocket. By cherishing the gift, I have actually cherished the giver of the gift. Today is God's gift in your life. By simply being grateful for this gift, you are cherishing the giver of this gift. So for me, the ultimate form of prayer in life is, if you can live every day as a human being and be useful to the world, you're doing God's work in your lifetime. And for me, that is the way to happiness. Happiness is a byproduct of living a useful life. If you know you're living a useful life, the byproduct of that is happiness. And as long as you can practice gratitude for everything that is going right for you in life, as long as, right now, look at it. And there must be doctors sitting here. 20 trillion calculations have to be done for you to be alive this moment inside your body. While you are listening to my speech, and people from the third or the fourth row are listening to my speech and also using the mobile because I can't see it, 20 trillion calculations are going on internally to keep you alive. If this doesn't make you grateful, nothing will make you grateful. In fact, the simplest prayer to live a happy life can only be, this life of mine is your gift to me, my Lord. The way I live this life of mine will be my gift unto you. My life is my prayer. I know I'm fighting the clock because I have two things to cover, but I want to share this. This is too personal for me, so I'm sharing this. There is this expression in the Rig Veda where the devotee is expressing this expression to God. My Lord, I have received so much from you, and I don't know what I can give back to you. Because I thought I will offer these flowers to you, but these flowers are already yours. I thought I will offer fruits to you, but the fruits are already yours. I thought I will pray to you with my words, but the air I will use to pray to you is already yours. My Lord, I have received so much from you. I want to give something in return to you, but I have nothing to give you because everything is already yours. Why have you put me in such a helpless situation, my Lord, that I have received everything from you, but I have nothing to give you? Because whose flowers can I offer to whom? In Rig Veda it's there. One day I had this profound insight. I'm cutting a long story short. Iron ore is yours. If I have to turn it into steel, I have to work. Only then iron ore will. Gold is yours. Jewellery, no? So I will talk about jewellery. Okay. Gold is yours, my God. But if it has to become a necklace, I have to work. If I don't work, it will not become a necklace. All the raw material is yours, my God. All the work is mine. So from now onwards, all the work I do is my offering unto you. And my Lord, because we offer nothing but the best to you, I will ensure all the work I do will always remain the best. So my simple principle to the way I live my life is, whether I'm cutting carrot for my wife, or making coffee for my father when he was there, or taking this session, all the work I do is my offering to the Lord. Hence it has to be the best. There cannot be a compromise. And a byproduct of that is happiness in life. Not just in a JITO program. All Jains ask me this question. You say we should be rich. You say we should achieve a lot. We should grow business. We should be entrepreneurs. But our Jain saints always say that you should not desire money. You should not go after money. You should only practice spirituality. There seems to be a conflict. What should we do? If you are clear about what to do, you won't ask this question. You don't know what to do, that's why you're asking this question. Everybody asks me this question. I will come to what they are trying to say 1 minute later. 1 minute later, I will come and explain what they are asking you to do. But before I come to that, I want to ask you this question. How many people in life we look up to because they are nice human beings? We appreciate a nice human being for nice human being. We only look up to a successful human being. All of you, if you have to become chairman, president here, Rotary, CII, EO, YPO, if you have to become nice human being is enough, or you have to be successful human being? When last did any of those saints reach a city and asked, who is the nicest human being in our community, and went to their house to stay? Or they always came to the most successful person in the community and stayed in their house? Where did they go and stay? Truth. Michami dugadam. Those of you where your face and all changing, michami dugadam. Without money, how will you build the next temple? Without money, how will you give donation to all the social organizations? Without money, how will you do a program in high-tech city? Without money, only one thing is available in the world, Mahatria. Nothing else can be done without money. Nothing else can be done without money. Mahatria is the only one who will do programs without 100% knowing I don't want anything except your transformation and discipline. I need discipline and your transformation. I want nothing else. I will come and do a program and go. You can't do anything in the world without money. Money is not bad. I know a lot of people have already told you, money can't do everything. Can money buy you God? Can money buy you sleep? Can money buy you life? Can money buy you love? A lot of people have told this. Agreed. I agree with all of them. But let me also tell you this. Money can't do everything, but what money can do, money alone can do. Nothing else can do. Money cannot buy God, I agree. But for that God, if you have to create a sacred place called temple, money is required. Without that, it cannot be done. Money cannot buy love. But if I have to ensure that I create a very secured life for my family, money is required. If you have to create a world-class infrastructure to provide the best education, let's take Jain University, Flame University in Pune. If we have to create an infrastructure like this where children throng to go and study there, money is required. Without it, if you have to create a world-class healthcare facility, money is required. Nothing can be done without it. While God created a few people who can sing, God created a few people who can dance, God created a few people who can teach, God created a few people who can attain moksha, God created a few people who know how to make money, and you have to play your swadharma. You have to create money for the larger good of the world. The simple understanding is this: money in the hands of a bad human being will destroy the world. Money in the hands of a good human being will create a beautiful world. In fact, I will go to the extent of saying, every Jain who lives by Jain Dharma should be rich, in my opinion, because the world will benefit. So much more good will happen to the world. Because you have been brought up in a culture, let live, let live, let live. In fact, you have heard let live more than live. You have heard jeene do more than jio. In fact, if there is anything we need next time, a program for Jains where I have to teach you how to live, because our focus is much more about giving and contribution, and the fact is a lot of you are not living a very happy and peaceful life. We can live a much better life. In fact, our focus is so much more this. 100 crores in the hands of Osama bin Laden. 2 more buildings will be destroyed. 100 crores in the hands of, say, Rakesh Bhai Jhaveri. One example. Okay, I don't know what example to give. Swami Vivekananda, any example I can give. Probably we'll have little more schools. One more hospital. One more very good educational system can be created. We all have our opinions. We have for, against. Within our community, we support some and we are against some. So whatever it is, that's a different thing. All I'm trying to drive is only one point. Financial surplus in the hands of a good human being will build a better world. Financial surplus in the hands of a bad human being will destroy the existing world. So if all good people keep saying contentment, contentment, bus ho gaya, bus, enough, 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 all the money will go to the hands of bad people, and the bad people will exploit the world. I feel the only way to end all the wrong in the world is all bad people should become poor. And the only way for all bad people to become poor is good people have to become rich. Let all the money reach few of us. Let there not be enough money with all the wrong people. Automatically wrong and bad will come down. So in fact, I insist good people should be ambitious. Then why in the religion they are talking about it? All they are trying to say is, you can't be a Jain only inside the puja room or during the 10 days of Padyushan. You have to be a Jain outside the puja room. You have to be a Jain inside the puja room. You have to be a Jain outside the puja room. You have to be a Jain inside the puja room. You have to be a Jain outside the puja room. You have to be a Jain inside the puja room. You have to be a Jain outside the puja room. You have to be a Jain inside the puja room. You have to be a Jain outside the puja room. You have to be a Jain inside the puja room. You have to be a Jain outside the puja room. You have to be a Jain inside the puja room. You have to be a Jain outside the puja room. You have to be a Jain inside the puja room. You have to be a Jain outside the puja room. You have to be a Jain inside the puja room. You have to be a Jain outside the puja room. You have to be a Jain inside the puja room. You have to be a Jain outside the puja room. You have to be a Jain inside the puja room. You have to be a Jain outside the puja room. You have to be a Jain inside the puja room. or when you are sitting in front of a Jain saint, if you can be a full-time Jain in your life, which means how much you can earn without compromising on dharma, earn that much. There's nothing wrong about it. When becoming rich becomes wrong is when you feel 2 crores profit के लिए झूठ चलेगा, 5 crores profit के लिए compromise on product quality चलेगा. Because I want to maximize my profit, exploitation of people, even child labor chalega. Bluntly put, what the entire spiritual masters are telling is this: don't be a part-time Jain, full-time rascal. Be a full-time Jain, then everything is okay. That's all they are saying. That's all they are saying. So as long as if any one of you, instead of creating 500 crores with compromising our values and principles, let us earn 350 crores honestly by delivering quality products to the world. You will still attain God, I am telling you. You will still attain God. There's absolutely no difference. In fact, the amount of good you can do to the world, remain a very, very good human being in your heart and see how much good you can do to the world. One generation, if we can work together, I think, and we can give our children a much more beautiful world than what they have right now. Together, let's do it, and I will always be useful in whatever way I can be useful for all of you. Thank you so much. Love you so much.